All right, I'm 365 Days of Horsemanship, day 316. It's really exciting to be able to actually say what day it is again. I am finally caught up enough with my videos that I actually know what day it is in this project, so that's really nice. Yeah, I I've had quite a good day today. The last few days I've been really tired, and I found it quite stressful because there's been like no obvious reason for why I'm so tired, and like that's very frustrating to me, like especially on my days off, because obviously when I'm at work I have like big dreams of like being with the horses on my days off and stuff. And I think it maybe partly is the weather. Actually quite a few people I've spoken to in the last few days are like, oh, I'm just exhausted. So I don't know, there's obviously just something going around or some energy in the air or whatever, I don't know. But today I did quite well, actually. I only had like a short window. I had enough time to do a long session with both. But I've had like quite a busy day, and so I came up and I came to Lawrence first. And actually, do you know what? We had quite a nice session. I think I was kind of having this image in my head before that we were going to suddenly go from this scratching obsession to like suddenly fixing it and not having those considerations anymore and just like cracking on with stuff that's not to do with being itchy. And actually what we had today, I feel like is the first step in maybe a slightly slower process, but it still felt really great to make some like tangible progress in that I kept playing with the same pattern I've been playing with, where basically I'm in my supportive leadership, kind of like, it's almost like bouncing off his body, where I'm like, I'll come in, I'll push, I'll come away, I'll come in, I'll push, I'll come away. So I'm like quite close to him all the time, kind of like a touching distance or near. And so then as soon as he has that moment of curiosity, before the moment of curiosity ends, I'm right back in scratching. And then I try and find a good scratchy place. And then normally what happens is that he starts moving his feet to try to change the place that I am before he starts to feel better. And then I have to get moving again. So yeah, so that's kind of going quite well. The change today that was really positive was that there were a few times consistently after the focus change where we were able to focus on something else for a little bit longer and have it feel comfortable before I then went back to scratching. And that was really nice. It felt like we were having bigger breaks in the pattern of just like scratch, 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 you know, support, 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 single breath and back to scratching. They felt like there were some longer moments today, which was really, really nice. I was really careful not to push it too far. And I think I did do quite well in that I didn't have any moments where I felt like I had left it too late before I started scratching, which was really good. We did still have a few times where he moved his feet, and then I had to go back into my supportive leadership. My different types of supportive leadership, excuse me. So yeah, so that was good. That was really good. I felt really happy about it. I probably did about 25 minutes with him, which for us at the moment is quite a long session, just on this real like truly freedom-based scratching pattern stuff, because normally I'm getting like emotionally burnt out like within 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, because I'm just so like frustrated about the general journey. So that was really good. And then I went to Mia. I did take the halter with me. But the energy wasn't quite there. I think I was a bit too hot. I had my jumper on, but I knew if I took my jumper off, I'd be too cold. So I wasn't quite comfortable. And then she was looking at me. I did a few kind of like small focus changes just as I'm approaching, just like finding some new places of flow. But as I came up to her, I just really felt like it just wasn't excuse me, like the curiosity wasn't there, the interest wasn't there, the engagement wasn't there. And I kind of played around with it, like moving around, finding different spots, like taking the small changes. And then I just decided, you know what, actually we've done a lot of dominant work recently. It won't do us any harm to just have a session where we just chill. And so I just sat down with her, chilled out for a few minutes, and then actually what I did was I rolled over onto my stomach and I started copying her and kind of like grazing, like pulling the grass up. She was super interested in that. She like came right over, she's like, oh my god, what are you doing? Are you doing the same thing I'm doing? And she was really interested in that. Then she kind of drifted off a little bit. I was kind of following her, then I was just like sitting and chilling. And then she sniffed some poo on the ground, and so I stood back up to kind of be like, oh yeah, I could actually be in flow probably for a few minutes, like matching you as a better partner. And she immediately came and got me and put me by her shoulder and was like almost like turned around and like touched her nose to my hand, almost to be like, stay there, like if you're gonna be there, be in the right place. And it was really cute, and I really loved the fact that I felt like she had chosen my company, like I had offered by standing up and like being ready to be a better partner, and then she'd been like, oh yeah, I'll definitely take you up on that, let me show you how to do it best. And I really felt happy about that. Like that was really lovely. And so I stayed with her for a little bit longer, just a few more breaths, couple of like small focus changes, excuse me, and then she did some sniffing of the ground, and I decided to leave it there because it had been such a nice moment that I really just didn't want to like not remember that, or not remember that as clearly, or get stuck in another long pattern or cycle and then end up like kind of having to lower my energy because I am like still quite tired. And yeah, so it was really good. I definitely felt really positive about both of the sessions. And yeah, I definitely feel just pleased with what I've accomplished today. So I'm on a long run now of shifts, so I don't know how things will go the next few days, how my energy levels will be. So I'm just gonna kind of take it as it comes, really. Excuse me, and just see where we go. But yeah, I mean, really nice to have that little bit of progression with Lawrence, and such a sweet moment with Mia. So yeah, very enjoyable.